All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Hammer Time Podcast. As always, I am your host, Cade. Hosted by me is Jake, my good buddy who has been hanging through with all these previews as we have been holding it down for Dylan to come on the regular season. And yeah, man, we're almost done, guys. All right. We have part 2 of Big Ten today. Parts 1 and 2 of SEC coming relatively soon. I don't want to give dates because apparently we clearly are not good at that yet. We're very busy people nonetheless. But if you guys have been enjoying these, you know the drill by now. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, leave reviews. You guys have been really good about leaving feedback lately. We're up to like a 4.8 on Spotify right now, which is really incredible from you guys. So I really appreciate that. And just for the people who have been consistently listening. And so, yeah, thank you guys for that. Today, part 2 of Big Ten. If you've been around long enough, you know the format, you know the drill, you know the lingo. Pretty easy, standard routine. So, team 1, I'm just going to jump right in. Team 1, USC. Lincoln Riley. 5th year. Really not a whole lot I guess there is a decent amount to go over on this team just because they are expected to be improved, but more so this team is supposed to be, or just has the most eyes on them because mainly of Lincoln Riley's hot seat that he is sitting comfortably on right now. Very questionable view across the country within this guy. There's people who absolutely love him to death. There's people who hate him to death. If you love him to death, I'm honestly really questioning you, but it is what it is. That's not biased for me as a Notre Dame fan to a USC hater, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, there's a lot going on here on this offensive side, where last year we honestly thought this team was just kind of it. Like, we thought that they were really, really good offensively, that they had the stars, they had Mayava, they had Makai Lemon. They had a decent amount on receiving core as a whole outside of Makai. Jacoby Lane even is another guy. I mean, there's running back wise, they kind of ran into some health issues there where they did have a couple of things, but they were pretty much just forced to air the ball out, which isn't necessarily a problem given the talent that they had. But this year is going to look very different because 7 of the entire 8 guys that they used, period, gone. Literally gone. Tanook Hines is basically wide receiver 1, jumps in here. You have a lot of really good recruits in terms of whether you're a blue chip or whether you're just a transfer that's coming in, that a guy that just really sat, like Zacharias Williams. Boovie Feaster's making an appearance. I know you guys know that name. Trent Mosley is another guy, and they have a really good tight end in Mark Bowman as well. But transfer portal guy, who did they get wide receiver wise from the ACC? I'm blanking. NC State wide receiver. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry.
I will find out.
I'm sorry. I know that he's actually supposed to be adding a lot of depth and experience into that wide receiver unit. So I'm blanking on his name. I know the jersey number and everything. I just
Terrell Anderson.
Anderson. Yes. Sorry. So with him added into that unit helps a ton because you're going to have Hines, you're going to have Feaster. That's already a lot. That's not including the sophomores that you already have and Corey Sims. And there's literally endless guys. It's like they kind of just reloaded in there. But 3 lineman starters, you have those returning, which is a decent good one. King Miller and Wayman Jordan both come back as well on the running aspect of things. Jordan looked insanely good last year before he got hurt, I will add. So, like I said, this team could have looked very differently if he didn't get hurt because the linemen looked good. They really did. I was honestly kind of impressed. The Notre Dame game scared me a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you, until those injuries came out, and then I was just kind of not worried. But when this team is at full force and is healthy and pretty much can do what they want, I would view them as a somewhat dangerous team that can make some noise in terms of an upset realm. It's just one of those things where we rank them in terms of contention, pump the brakes a little bit because they're not even really on the same planet as the likes of Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon yet. Do they have the potential to do that? Absolutely. If you have a couple of these big time blue chip freshmen come in and actually make some noise, maybe they can make an early impact. Sure. But this defense, even then, Lynn, I think he left Penn State. Never mind. So right? Am I wrong there?
Hmm?
That's what I thought. I think who was the guy that they got? Because he's
Gary
kind of
Patterson.
he's an old head dude. Yeah. Wow, what a pickup! Holy crap. So Lincoln Riley goes in his bag, gets Gary Patterson out, and I mean, like, you have serious line power. I mean, you have a really good front seven, you have a decent secondary core, and then you have a few veterans from the portal as well. Um, there's a lot to ask about this team, but if the defense works out like it should, this is probably one of the most higher upsided defenses at USC that Lincoln Riley's probably ever had, if I'm being completely honest with you. This could be one of the biggest like surprise teams of the season if they fold properly and if it all goes well.
Yeah, I feel like we've done this every year since Lincoln Riley's gone.
Real, like, honestly, yeah.
This could be one of the big surprise teams, and it just hasn't. We haven't necessarily gotten there yet. I mean, last year you go 9-3, like you had a good season. It was a step up from the year prior, and it's been defense just the entire time. I mean, we know Lincoln Riley is an elite offensive mind, and he has the quarterbacks to do it, like Caleb Williams, Mayava. Even, I mean, he had Miller Moss playing at a pretty high level before he was benched. So offense isn't a problem to me. I could care less who's on that side of the field. It doesn't matter. Like, they're going to be a very good offense. The question is defense. And you can call the Gary Patterson hire whatever you'd like. I would say that it's probably not the greatest idea, but also, like, Deonton Lynn, who's one of the best defensive coordinators in the country, couldn't figure this out. So I don't know if it shouldn't be a player issue because they recruit at one of the highest levels in the country. They just signed the #1 recruiting class, and I mean, they've had great recruiting classes over the past 5 years since Riley's been there. So at some point, it's either it's a player issue or coaching issue higher than the defensive coordinator. So we'll see if it works out this year. I think this is kind of the year where you kind of need to make something happen because of the schedule. You look at playing Oregon, Washington, Penn State, Ohio State, and Indiana. You're playing 5 of the 6 top teams in the Big Ten. Like, you go 8-4, and I don't know if you're fired at 8-4, but there's a lot of talk about it again. Whereas if they go 10-2 and make the playoff, I think Lincoln Riley is definitely here to stay. So
yeah, that buys you.
If you get somewhere between 8-4 and 10-2, I think you're fine. I could see this team being a playoff team. I could also see them crashing and burning just because of the schedule. Like Oregon, Washington at Penn State 3 weeks in a row. Ohio State is off of a road trip to Wisconsin, at home at least. It's a bye week before Indiana. You travel to Indiana, so like there's some okay spots. Like the Indiana game's an okay spot, but the Ohio State game's not. The 3 games in a row playing 3 high competition. The road games are always scary with Riley, so I lean towards like it being just another 8-4 year where they're probably just playing really close games. More than likely, like they did last year, something like that. Maybe 9-3.
Right. I mean, honestly, that Wisconsin game looks like it's it for me, to be honest, because that could be just the biggest look ahead like ever. I mean, they're not really going to. I don't think they're going to dive in huge from that bye week. You're not really focused all
that'll be
up on Wisconsin.
State.
That's 100% going to Ohio State game plan for sure. The fact that they get them at home is a big thing as well. And we talked about this on the Ohio State but yeah, I'm not really. I'm not moved.
Even the Penn State game, like
they're all tricky. Yeah.
Back-to-back home games, a bye week the next week. Like that's
like you're gonna be gassed after those 2 weeks, no doubt.
They play 7 games in a row since they play week 0.
It's true. San Jose. Yeah. So, I didn't even see that. So have fun, Southern Cal. Nonetheless.
I'll say 9-3.
I mean, I'm not mad about it. I'm really not going to be mad about a 9-3 year because
I
the
think that's
schedule is pretty bad. If you're going to do anything, it needed to be last year. But this year, again, could be relatively the same exact season, which I don't know how USC fans feel about that, but I consider that a win with that schedule,
if you go
personally.
9-3, if you go 9-3 with this schedule, you have arguments to make the playoff, depending on who you lose to.
That's also true, depending on who you're looking at in terms of resume, I guess you could call it. So yeah. Absolutely. Next on the board, going to Ann Arbor and Michigan with Kyle Whittingham in his first year taking a really weird route after 20 years at Utah. Guy got the Utah Utes into a power conference when they were sitting in the Pac-12 for I don't even know how long exactly.
That was a
but
power conference.
Dude, all right, yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
They were in the Mountain West first, so he did get them to the...
Technically, okay, all right, that's fair. We can call it that. Nonetheless, they were a top 10 they were a top 10 team twice, and they had 8 seasons with 10 plus wins. Solid resume, obviously, very, very profounding career. And if you knew one thing about this guy, you always knew about his defenses. They were never missing. They were on point. The offenses were efficient. They were very old fashioned. And then he goes to Michigan, where that is literally this team's bread and butter, it looks like. And if you're a Michigan fan, I would be absolutely ecstatic for one. It's just a matter of what kind of expectation do you have in year one, because there's a lot of weird questions going on, but it's just a matter of going from a school like Utah to a school like Michigan. You're going from a school that doesn't really recruit as much to a school that is getting consistent blue chips. And it's hard to coach blue chips in today's day and age than it was 20 years ago when he first got there, in my opinion. That's night and day. Whenever you look at the staff that he has around him, Jason Beck, how is that going to work out? I love Jason Beck as a coordinator. He's one of the most prolific coordinators that we have today. Look at what he did with Dampier, obviously, as well. Phenomenal player. But Beck, obviously, is now getting Underwood, who is, I don't want to say I guess you could kind of call him completely different, because Dampier definitely runs way more than Underwood does. But does he make Underwood that kind of player? Or do you like just stick with efficiency and just go with a ground and pound kind of game, because you have the offensive line to do that, but you also have the running backs to do that? Honestly, I'm honestly more interested just to see what the offense looks like rather than what it's going to be right off the get-go, because not that it's concerning, but it's just you're going to find out what that team looks like in 3 weeks most. So no matter who they play. Yeah, that too. Or yeah, sorry. Yes, I just looked at the schedule. Yes, you will find out. Let's see. Defensively, never mind. I do have a question, because Jay Hill, coming from there, he's another Utah guy. Obviously, that is, or well, Utah State, sure, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I think there's a little bit of transfer. Well, I mean, it looks like that there's a lot of transfers, actually. You have like a little bit 7 total, 3 from Utah directly. Yeah. Smith Snowden is probably the biggest guy in here that I'm looking at the nickel spot. Really good defensive player who's like an X factor everywhere you put him, it looks like. As far as that goes, I'm not really worried about the defense as much as I am the offense, to be honest with you. I liked Jay Hill. I'm not really worried about that side of the ball. Again, it's just a matter of like, how consistent is the offense going to be? Because like Utah was 6th last year in offensive SP plus, and you get the number 1 prospect in recruiting period in 2025. Like, do we see that at all? Like, do we see him a little bit with a more improvement now that he has high caliber recruits with clearly higher expectation? I mean, I just don't know how it looks. I mean, I'm excited to see how it looks, but I just don't know. There's obvious potential, but I think don't jump the gun for immediate success looking at like an 8 and 9 win season and just like assume that that's what you're getting, because honestly, it's not guaranteed in the slightest. But again, I like your transfers. I like the room a lot. Andrew Marsh, Jamie French. There's a lot of guys here. There really is. So I like the team. I don't know how much, but I do.
I mean, it comes down to Underwood at the end of the day.
Right.
They're like, as you said with Whittingham, they're going to run the ball. And you look at who they have. Like Jordan Marshall ran for 1,000 yards, or no, he didn't. He ran for 4 straight 100-yard games, which very impressive.
Close.
And also, they signed the best running back in the class, or second best, Savion Hyder.
Hyder, yeah.
Who
should have been Irish.
Should have been
that too, probably.
He's really good. Tennessee wanted him really bad, so I with running backs, I assume that he's going to be pretty good. I like the scheme. I'll say this, and it's a reason why I don't understand why people aren't as high on Michigan as I think they should be, which is they went 9-3 last year with a head coach who had no idea what he was doing. was literally in a scandal the entire year, was suspended, and they were winning games without him. And even with him, like, what did he do? I don't think he was even doing anything the entire time. Now you bring in a coach who arguably is a top 5 head coach in college football, even if he's 66 years old. The coordinators are major upgrades from the coordinators you had. Maybe outside defensive coordinator. Like, Michigan's defense is always good, but Jay Hill's a great coordinator. So, like, defensively, no questions. Probably going to be top 20 unit at worst. It's Bryce Underwood is my question. How much better are we in year 2, especially with what could be a system that is geared more towards around him, which would be helpful. They went and got receivers. You have running backs coming back. Love Celesi Moa, whether he plays wide receiver or safety, another high 4-star recruit that was supposed to go to Utah and then went to Michigan because of the coaching change. So we'll see. I'm high on Michigan. I think Michigan is at worst the 4th best team in the Big Ten this year. Like,
I could see it. Yeah.
I like the schedule. Yes, you play Indiana, Oregon, and Ohio State. Yes, Oregon and Ohio State are road games, but Penn State at home, Indiana at home. Your road trips outside of Oregon and Ohio State are Rutgers and Minnesota. So you get Iowa at home, Penn State at home, Michigan State at home. You get Oklahoma at home. That'll be the test. And it could be 2 playoff teams, in my opinion, with Michigan.
We're going to know.
Week 2.
Yeah, we'll know.
I'm a big believer in Whittingham, and now you're giving him better recruits. What he already has done in his career,
dangerous.
I think Michigan is the sleeper of the Big Ten. I don't think it's USC or Washington. I think it's Michigan.
Yeah. So I'm not as high on USC as I am this team, but again.
The problem with it is, it's funny because, like, if you merged USC and Michigan together, they'd be the best team in the country.
Yeah, practically.
Like, you need Underwood needs to play like a Mayava, like a CJ Carr, even, where it's not even like.
Yeah, you don't have to do much. You really don't.
It's not an elite level of play, which we know CJ Carr can be elite, but it's to get the ball out on time.
Right.
Mechanics, like, know where you're going with the ball, which I think wide receivers will help with that.
Yeah, this team to me is a no doubt top 5 spot in this conference. In terms of, like, you couldn't have asked for a better fit. Like, honestly, in terms, like, you talking about scheme. I mean, you want to talk about legitimately just the only thing that changed was him going from Utah to Michigan. Everything else stays the exact same in terms of, like, state, like, living wise. Everything else, it literally stays the same. Yeah. Like I said, I agree with you. I really do like this team a lot. I think they can do a lot of damage. So, this whole middle is really exciting to watch this year, honestly. Our next team is going to be going to Washington, looking at Jed Fish in his 3rd year. Down in the Seattle area, and we've got a little bit of drama at the quarterback spot earlier this year, if you guys remember that. Damon Williams had pretty much entered the portal, from what I remember, left, was
going to
allegedly
LSU.
and
Going
then
to LSU.
literally like in the process of it, and then all the legal stuff comes over, and Washington gets him back, and apparently he was very mad about everything because the portal earnings that were potentially there are pretty much long gone now that he's back at Washington. And I mean, obviously now that all the stuff that's came out, he's fully committed to Washington or University of Washington and all this blah blah blah.
Sure.
Whatever. I have a lot of questions on this team, and it honestly relies a lot of it on him. Not necessarily so much on the drama aspect, because I feel like that might play some sort of part in the locker room standpoint. As much as you guys don't think, I think it does, honestly. But this guy runs in the backfield like a chicken with his head cut off. A lot. Like a lot. I'll talk about last year first of all, because their last season came against the 4 best defenses of this conference. That was Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, Wisconsin. They looked god awful. Yeah, low key. I know, right? They looked god awful against these 4 teams.
He looked awful.
We're talking about like less than 10 points a game awful. Like less than 5 yards of play awful. Everybody else, 40 plus points per game. Everybody else. We're not going to talk about the schedule yet, but you could kind of put 2 and 2 together where I'm going with this a little bit. Now, the upside is endless with this kid. Like, you want to talk about like Heisman potential. I was a year early on this team last year, and I wish I was bought as much in as it was this year. Jake actually called it to a T that I literally was. The only losses that I'm seeing that are just going to be not beneficial, obviously, is losing Jonah Coleman and Denzel Boston. But you have Chris Lawson, Jordan Washington, Roebuck. All of those guys pretty much could play at the same caliber, if not maybe a little bit less than Boston and Coleman kind of were. But you do add Jaden Lamar from Oregon, and then a really good Kennesaw State receiver. The only problem, you couldn't really beat really good defenses with the team that you had last year. And last year's offense is arguably probably better than this year's offense, to be honest. So it does worry me slightly, sorry. But the defensive improvement last year was insane. And what Walters did in his first year, should be pretty related to how it's going to look this year. Because the new defensive lineman that you've added, like, you shouldn't really see any change at all. Like, honestly, it really should just kind of be like a plug and play system kind of deal where nothing has to fall into place. Like, they're already as talented. You have Jacob Lane there still. I'm going to mispronounce that. Elenius Davis, I think. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Really fantastic numbers. But like I said, those are very key linemen on the line that should obviously make an impact again, as they did last year. And even then, you still have a couple blue chips in there too. So I'm not really worried about the defense again, still, because you're jumping from 36 to 9th SP plus. Huge. Massive. Offensively, I got my questions, and I just don't know where I want to start with it, because offensive line is just kind of there. So I don't know how much Damon can really escape sacks. There's a little bit, but
I think it comes down to Damon at the end of the day. I think the defense is going to be good. I don't know about top 15, maybe like a big ask again, just with, I mean, like Takario Davis was awesome. Ephesians Prysock was really good. Like, it's hard to replace guys like that. Talked about that with Miami, Texas Tech. Like, sometimes you're just going to see a step back because of the guys that you lose. But Walters is an elite defensive coordinator, and we saw that everywhere he's been. The biggest question to me is Damon Williams in big games. He was terrible. He threw in 9 wins. He threw 22 touchdowns and 2 picks. In 4 losses, he threw 3 touchdowns and 6 picks. So
bad.
Yeah, when you lose the turnover battle, you're going to lose games. They lost the turnover battle to Michigan by 3, lose. Lost the turnover battle to Wisconsin by 2, lost. Lost the turnover battle by 2 to Oregon, lost. So if you're going to put the ball in harm's way regardless of the offensive line or not. And I don't think the offensive line still is not maybe an elite group. I would say it's above average, but he's also 5'9" or 5'10". The windows that he's throwing from, like, you can't see. So if it's not a big gap in the line, like, it's going to be hard for him to layer the football over guys and things like that. So that's not correctable. That's a limitation that Damon Williams has no matter what. I I think he's a good quarterback. I think we are a long stride away from great when it comes to Damon. And I don't know what it was with Lane Kiffin trying to take, like, I don't want to say average, above average QBs in the portal and not get an elite one or a really, really good one. He just he shot for Damon. Now he goes and gets Levitt. Like, we'll see with, I'm sorry for going to LSU, but we'll see with Washington. It comes down to big games at USC, Iowa, Penn State, Indiana, Oregon. And you end the year Indiana at Oregon. So it's going to come down to the top level defenses you play. Like, the at USC game, I'm less worried about because is USC's defense going to be good? But like right. Iowa with the top 15 defense, Devon's going to go throw 4 picks, and they're going to lose 15-11.
All I'm saying, yeah. I will add, I have Washington, like, graded to put into perspective of, like, I kind of put them in the same realm as USC, like, pretty much very fairly even teams, just opposite sides of the ball. Like, again, if USC, or I mean, they're fairly even because even USC's defense kind of matched up pretty well. But that game in particular, like, the line's probably going to be USC 4, probably 3.5.
Yeah, it's on the road. I mean, I would have Washington USC almost dead even.
I was gonna say, like, I literally
half a point.
I have it graded by, or USC is 1.7. So, yeah. And I'm probably going to be taking Washington spread in that, just FYI, because I've been looking at that one, like, endlessly. But again, like, it's just the quarterback question. Once again, like, I don't know where to put. I mean, like, Damon, he might be like, what, a third conference quarterback, maybe? Like, he's obviously a top 5 quarterback in the conference, I think.
I've seen third team. I would disagree with it, but I've seen it.
That's just like a preseason kind of thing, right? That they do. So, I mean, can he improve than that? I mean, I don't know. I think third is probably the best you can get, to be honest, but you would have to do a lot.
Our opinions on Sayin are easily swayed.
That's fair as well. I don't know. It's just super it's crowded to put him up something like that high. Like, he's talented, he can be, but, like, I think they're overrating it a little bit here with this guy. It's just because even then, Jed Fish is still your coach, so you can't really.
Same thing with, like, Maava with Riley. Like, how?
It's literally the same exact questions that I have on both sides. Yeah. I don't know. Very even teams. We'll talk about something completely opposite of the spectrum now with Iowa, and Kirk Ferentz. How about that? 28th year, similar to Whittingham's almost. He's way more than Whittingham, actually. Maybe a few years on him. Well, this defense last year was, I mean, I don't know. What were they ranked? They were ranked 6th, or sorry.
Yeah, I have them 8th.
Okay. It's fairly even, I guess. I mean, you want to...
Dude, just stop. That's it. Defense. Special teams.
Punts, kicks.
That's it. That's all we got.
That's Iowa. Do we really need to do anything?
Run the ball.
I don't even want to talk about wide receiver transfers, even though they got them. But...
No, why?
I don't know.
They also lost their best receiver.
They got... I will say that, I mean, like, last year, I hope that you guys were happy with it because it was their first top 40 offense in 5 years. which is insane. They threw less than 2,000 yards, and you got a top 40 unit.
Yeah, because
So
they had the ball the whole damn game.
Yeah, Grenade. I don't know.
They won the Joe Moore Award.
I don't even know who's supposed to be here now.
How do you have the best offensive line in the country and your offense finishes 40th? How's that even possible?
Or that too, yeah. No more Caleb Johnson. Biased, sorry.
Might be better.
Probably could be, yeah.
Kamari Moulton is a dog.
Remember the name. That's all I'll say. Is remember the freaking name. Because yeah.
I'm good now.
That's gonna. I mean, like, literally, there's literally nothing here. Like, quarterback, just do your job, DYJ, and then congratulations, maybe a top 40 again. That's about it. Wins 3-2-1-7. I don't know. Yeah, just looked at the schedule. It just said 7. I'm pretty sure that. I don't know. Their total
8.
might be right there.
8.
Maybe 8. Okay,
8.
that's generous. That's generous.
I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, Washington losses, we'll say, and then throw in one of.
Can you win one?
Wisconsin.
Can you upset Ohio State at home again? I don't know.
I mean, is it 2018 again?
Ryan Day hates Kinnick. I don't know, dude.
They may win one. They're not supposed to. They seem to do it a decent amount.
They usually do. I was going to say, they usually do it. I don't know. Well, what is it? Illinois? Yeah, same spectrum, sort of. Especially after last year. This is going to be bad.
Good. Screw their coach.
I was going to say, okay.
Brett Beadham was a prick.
Why?
Did I say that?
Maybe.
Why? Because he won't shut up about bowl wins. Who cares? It's 2026, dude.
Who did he beat last year?
I'm not talking specifically about that game. I'm not even talking about that. Congrats, dude. Your entire team played. I'm happy for you. A team that just lost to Vandy. Like we gave any damn about the bowl game. But even then, like, just stop. You beat South Carolina in a bowl 2 years ago. Like, just stop. Stop. You're beating, at best, like the 9th best team in the SEC.
But dude,
I don't. They lost by 50 to Indiana. I don't want to hear it.
They got Altmaier Jr. though.
So they'll beat bad teams and then get blown out.
Literally, Altmaier Jr.
Dude, they lost Wisconsin by 17.
It's gonna be bad again. It should be bad this year. Like,
I do like Caden Hauser. I will give Beal
better than Altmaier, or like.
Yes, Altmaier was terrible.
I do. Okay, I mean, maybe not the mobility aspect, but
no,
sure.
No, Caden Hauser is not mobile. Like Altmaier was mobile. I'll give him that, but I don't think Altmaier was a good quarterback.
No, he wasn't a good quarterback.
He was average.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. I don't know, but
and like Caden Hauser
maybe
5,000 yards last year.
That's also true.
I would love to see them do that again, but
I was gonna say
their offense is gonna be so bad.
Hank Beatty's out. Let's
4
see.
Offensive line starters are gone.
Yeah. JUCO transfers. Yeah, we're cooked. They were top 30 in offense for the first time since 2001. Oh my god. So a whole new offensive line, you're probably looking at top 40, top 50, maybe. I don't think you're going to improve, but you might like stay somewhat similar, the same. Defense to me is getting the biggest reset of all, maybe in the conference, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, your best player's not there anymore.
Well, not even that, but I mean,
your
like,
best 5 players aren't there anymore.
Like, you're literally cleaning house.
I will say they got. Oh, never mind though. Yeah, no. They lost so much defensively. It's
bad, like a lot. 4 of the 15 in the front 6, 8 of 22 players with 200 snaps. I mean, you get injured people back. That's about it. Xavier Scott was a guy who was hurt last year who did really good in the year before.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's the only problem that I have, because like, where are we putting this team at? Because of their schedule. Like, I was going to say 7 again, probably.
7 or 8, probably.
I don't. Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well,
I mean,
never mind.
at
Duke
Ohio
maybe.
State, you probably win Duke. Duke's gonna be terrible.
Duke's gonna be really bad. That's true.
At Ohio State's a loss. Purdue at home's a win. At Michigan State, win. By Oregon, loss. At Maryland, toss up. Nebraska, toss up. At UCLA, toss up. Iowa, I'd say lose. At Northwestern, so that's
For the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. So you got to win two toss up games.
For the sake of me having Maryland win total, I'm going to say
I'll say 7.
L.
Hopefully they only win 5. I'm biased.
Let's see. We're good. Okay.
Oh, I would have been fine
We're-
talking about him.
We've been good. Okay. Minnesota. PJ Fleck. 10th year.
6.
Moving on. I'm kidding. This bottom half of the middle is just like so like mid. Like the entire
The definition of mid.
I love Drake Lindsay, but he's gonna look really good somewhere else next year. I'll tell you that much. He's going to look even better in somewhere else. Very much so.
Would you be surprised if Drake Lindsay was better than Bryce Underwood this year?
Not even in the slightest. I already think that now. I love him to death.
Would you put Drake? Would you? If Drake Lindsay is good this year, let's say Minnesota wins 8 games somehow, is Drake Lindsay like your QB3 in this conference? Because he might be for me.
I would put him above Demond, if that tells you anything for what people had him as like a third
I need
team.
Another year of it, but I wouldn't argue against it.
Dude, then again, he really didn't play that many good of teams at that bottom half of that conference. But when he took over, I mean, what are we looking at here? 2,300 passing yards? More than 2,300 passing yards?
And they couldn't run the ball.
And they did not do anything with...
They're 117th in yards per carry.
Let me see.
They averaged 103 yards per game.
Darius Taylor is back, which is all I need to hear as well. I really like this offense.
He plays.
That's also true, but I do like the offense if he's there. Because because what happens with Fleck is he's very consistent, but he's like bad consistent, which is just like weird. Like I don't understand. So we know these teams or his teams are just like the physical mentality and like old fashioned ball and like kind of a mix between really, really good defense or like okay, somewhat averagely good defense. They're probably going to win, obviously, like somewhere amongst the lines of like a 7-5 season, like they usually do. Of course, maybe like you said, can we hit 8? Maybe. Their offenses fluctuate night and day, and they scored 14 or fewer points in 22 of his entire 44 losses. It's a weird fun fact. 14 or fewer points in half of your losses. Oof. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all you need to know there. I don't really know what else to talk about. This could be probably like the defense looks good. I mean, no, the schedule's fine. Defense is going to be good.
Yeah, defense will be good.
But like again, I don't know.
Good defensive coordinator.
You don't return a whole lot, but
no,
yeah.
Returning well defensively, yes. Offensively, yeah. Offensively too.
Offensively, I would say so.
I think they return.
You get Perry Thompson from Auburn. I miss that. I remember that name.
Yeah, they also have the best name in college football, Ashton Beers.
Ashton Beers, my dog.
But the schedule is awful.
What are you talking about, dude? I see
Washington,
9.
At Washington, Michigan, Iowa, at Indiana, UCLA, at Penn State, at Wisconsin.
But they don't play Ohio State or Oregon. Let me be high on this team. God.
And they play Mississippi State, who I think they would lose to.
They might.
They
do get them at home, though.
We're going to get a battle of the Big Ten versus SEC debates that we've had. We're going to have the...
Dude, this is going to be so bad.
2 of the worst teams in the conferences playing each other in week 2.
You get 6 of the top 9 in this conference. Holy.
Yes. But I mean, they're going to go 3-0 out of conference. Akron. Well, I shouldn't say that. Mississippi State might beat them, but 2-1 at worst.
Expected win metrics like have this team at a 6-win team last year. And now this is what they're projected for this year. So
Lindsey has to be
tread lightly.
Lindsey's going to have to carry, especially if Taylor's not healthy. And against defenses like Washington, Michigan, Iowa, Indiana, Penn State.
And again, if he even has like a bad year, I'm still going to be excited, and I still like him a lot.
I agree. I'm just saying that the defenses they play.
That's true.
They play, I think, the six best defenses outside of Ohio State and Oregon. So 6 of the top 8.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, next?
I think we do. I was going to say, is that it?
UCLA.
Oh, that's right. We didn't do that last time. All right. Yeah, you're right. Well, Nebraska. Matt Rule's already in his 4th year. I did not know that. Holy crap. Yeah, that's flown by.
Didn't get the Matt Rule 3rd year like I wish.
And so, the 3rd year curse? Yeah.
Didn't happen. Not curse. It was a blessing.
Or, yeah, sorry. The other way around.
Yeah, no. Didn't work out for us here, Nebraska lovers.
This was interesting team last year. And instead of 5-7, you were 7-6 last year, so there's a good start. But I guess you could call that a blessing. Year 3, sure, maybe, maybe, no.
Stop putting games in records, please.
Stop. Obviously Raiola's gone. Tony White's gone. There's people who like say things aren't going downhill here are just I don't know. I feel like you're really wrong because
you don't like Anthony Collins?
Well, I mean, like I'm fine with like a winning season because they were really in the gutter like a lot. But again, like I don't know like how you're I don't know what you're happy with as a Nebraska like fan, honestly. Because you were really bad, and you have kind of seen above the likes of 500 now for what is it, 2 straight years, 3?
Yes, 2. No, they were terrible his first year, weren't they?
Yeah, they were bad.
So it's been 2.
Okay.
2 better years.
So I mean,
Nebraska's. I feel like Nebraska, at what they are now in this era of college football, should be happy with like 7, 8 wins.
I would agree. It's your I mean, there's a lot to talk about in terms of the offense, of course, with Calandria in, and I mean, it depends on how much you really like him a lot. But at UNLV, or where was he last year? Was it UVA?
UNLV.
Why was I thinking UVA?
I think he was at UVA the year before.
Was that what it was?
Maybe he might have transferred from UVA after he lost the battle to Morris.
Oh, you're right. Here's a problem I have with this team. With the program. Not necessarily the team, like the entire program as a whole. Yeah. You're looking at your 4th, was he? Calandria? Okay.
He was at UNLV for 2 years.
This is going to be your 4th defensive coordinator in 5 years. And you're going to be reliant on transfers yet again on a really defensive, like, cleaned house completely. Here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize, especially people in Nebraska who just live and die by culture building. This is not even close to what it used to be at all. I hate to say it, but it really just is. If somehow Matt Rule wakes up and realizes that, maybe you might go up the ladder a little bit more, but this is where we are in college ball now. So Calandria is very fun, of course, very scramble heavy, obviously, but he doesn't necessarily get sacked as much as Raiola. Then again, probably didn't play as good as defenses as Raiola did, but I think you're not really as aggressive as Rowe was in terms of the big play seeker guy that's just throwing it down there and just hoping for the best, because that's pretty much what the game plan seemed like it was with him. I think you're going to have a decent amount of production, though, with the receiving core that you have. Isaiah Hunter's good. Ja'Cory Barney Jr. is really good. You have a 1,400-yard rusher coming back. No. Emmett Johnson's gone. Oh, no. That just takes away everything. He is a Chief. Sorry. That was almost my Cade Klubnik moment. Not really quite in the same realm. Sorry, Dylan. That was funny. I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay, Mekhi Nelson. Sorry. So it's Mekhi Nelson, and there's one more technically. Is that who it is? Nah, you're right. Yeah. So they will be there. A couple of exciting additions on the offensive line. You have Brendan Black from Iowa State, Paul Mbenga from LSU. Big fellas. Big units. I think this offensive line is going to be a little bit better than it was last year. That's going to be.
Elijah Pritchett's a beast.
That too. Like, they have a promising offensive line and probably even better than last year, I would think. But again, defensively, you cleaned out. There's a lot of names in here. I don't really want to go over all of them, but you got people from edge rushers all the way to secondary in terms of the corners and the safeties. Maybe a couple of potential breakout seasons in terms of that. Maybe. Not as, I mean, there's a few G5 guys in here that can make some noise, obviously, but I think they're going to be a solid team. But again, if Colandrea hits fifth gear or whatever you want to call it, like if he just upgrades a level now that he's in a bigger power conference, or RH even is just a mastermind with it, I think this team sits in a bowl game comfortably. I don't think they're striving and struggling for a bowl game, but I think 6 to 7 wins should be relatively easy, I would hope. Sorry.
Yeah, I think they're like Minnesota, mid.
Very similar.
I think they'll be fun though. They're like the Big Ten League Pass team of is Colandrea gonna throw 4 touchdowns on 70-yard bombs today, or is this a 4-pick game? What are we seeing today?
You just don't know. You literally don't. Yeah.
That'll be the fun part of the offense, because he's, like you said, has very heavy scramble tendencies, but he doesn't take sacks like Raiola did. So theoretically, your offensive line should look better. I like the weapons outside. They should be able to run the ball. So offensively might be pretty decent. Defensively, I don't know where we're going there.
I really don't. That's what I mean. There's
down.
Nothing. But maybe.
They're going to start the year 4-0. Ohio, Bowling Green. Wow. They lose to North Dakota. Ohio, Bowling Green, North Dakota,
well.
at Michigan State. We'll go ahead and call it 4-0. After that, get into the month of October. Maryland, Indiana, at Oregon, bye week. Washington, at Illinois, at Rutgers, Ohio State, at Iowa. Yeah. I see 1.
That's it.
That's 5. You're going to have to win another. At Illinois, we'll get you to 6. So I would say 7 wins, lean heavily towards 6.
Yeah.
Backwards.
Can you win one you're not supposed to? I don't know. Same thing.
He doesn't really do that.
Not really, unfortunately.
Really, I don't. At Nebraska, I don't think he's done
it. Let's see. Last team on the board, right? UCLA? Yeah, we just said that. Okay. Dude, how about this team? One of the best stories of last year, towards maybe for about 3 games. Never happened, right?
No,
I don't know.
I saw it. Best stories? No.
It was pretty cool. I don't know. I thought it was. You're a hater. Oh my god.
Absolutely. I'm a hater in one person and one person only.
just because I like the team win total, it's not doesn't mean you have to hate it.
I love their coach though.
Oh yeah, sure.
But it doesn't outweigh my hate.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Really? It took you that long?
Kind of. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't really care about anybody else except for Chesney. Okay, that's fine.
That was my favorite.
Well,
turning the UCLA games on because they always played on Friday for like the first 5 weeks of the season.
Easiest hate watch.
They were just down by 15 already, and it was a great way to go to bed. They scored 10 points against New Mexico, dude.
It was pretty bad. They were pretty bad. They're really bad.
They also, the funny thing was,
I can't believe I bet UNLV that week 2 game when they played UNLV. I was so pissed off in that game. Oh my god, I remember that.
The funny thing is, we talk about how, like, you said, like, oh, how good of a story it was. They beat the corpse of Penn State, Michigan State, and Maryland, and then proceeded to get absolutely body bagged by Indiana, Ohio State, Washington, and USC. The greatest 3-win season of all time is what some people are saying.
Yeah, I would absolutely say that. I mean,
losing to...
You got James Franklin fired. That's a win. You got him out of there. I would say that's a win. They got
2 coaches fired in the same year.
You know what?
Impressive.
Tip of the cap. Tip of the cap out to you guys in Pasadena, okay? That you got... Oh, sorry. No, wait. They got 3 coaches. Jonathan Smith got fired after the Michigan State game.
Oh my god. What?
That is insane.
Dude, how did Loxley survive losing to UCLA? We could have made it 4. That had to have been a record if we had gotten the 4. 4 coaches fired
in a season. I think it is. I think it is. I'll have to do my research and come back to you on that. Okay. There's really not a whole lot to go over on this team. I don't know. You bring over to the James Madison all the way into the Los Angeles. I mean, there's really not a whole lot here. I'm sure. I mean, it absolutely is. Literally, it just looks like James Madison Bruins. I don't know. Let's see. Wayne Knight, JMU. Wayne and Ellis, JMU.
Ooh, so, Wayne Knight?
Yeah, he was in there.
God, I'm gonna like this team. No, I can't. I can't like them.
And then you still have your quarterback, Nico Amaliava. I have to sound that out because I'm... No, never mind. That got me to chuckle.
So glad I spent countless time trying
to learn
his name. Just for him to ask for money and being terrible.
What was even more funny was like his first year at UT was like the year that we kind of met, and so it was just really funny to watch you go through absolute hell on earth after
we were winning games because our defense was top 10 and Dylan Sampson was good.
And he was so bad.
And then first drive of the playoff game, which we were going to lose regardless, and I know that. And I shouldn't say we because I'm not on the team, but our best
pretty close
offensively gets hurt, Dylan Sampson. The only reason we were any good, and it was just like, all right, we're dead. Like Nico ain't surviving this. We're just Specifically about UCLA, though, is like I don't think Nico's a good quarterback at any level of football outside of maybe high school in COVID.
Sure.
Which is very specific. If you know, you know. Just playing 7-on-7, playing nobody. JMU's like style of offense works with Nico. When you look at
which is weird. Yeah.
Alonzo Barnett and Sluka, like it works. So I would not be surprised if he has a better year, and if they have a better year. I mean, obviously they're going to have a better year offensively. They finished 126th in scoring, but is it this year where I think they need a different? They need a lot of things. First of all, like I don't
bowl game, yes or no? Because
bowl game,
yeah,
game, yes or no?
like honestly, because
I can see it.
I want to say I see 6. I'm not gonna lie. Then again, I'm not saying it's going to be like some Signetti jump like that was, but like
I'd have to look at.
you were 98th SP plus last year, and now you're looking at like top 50 projection wise.
They're projected to win exactly 6.
See, I don't even have that up, but I didn't know that. But sure,
I mean,
I'll take it.
The schedule is pretty easy, or not? I mean, it's easy for a Big Ten.
It's easier for yeah. But then again,
you get Purdue, Maryland, Michigan State, Minnesota, Illinois as the bottom teams. The top teams you play are Oregon, Michigan, USC.
It's just like you upgrade all your position skill players around him, but all the JMU guys. No, I'm just saying like the JMU guys, like they're going from Sun Belt to Big Ten. I mean, like how much is that in effect? I don't know.
It'll be underrated storyline next year when they travel to Oregon, and it's half the JMU team who played them. might have some inner working. Upset alert. I'm kidding.
We can call it.
No.
That'll be our Louisville, Miami. Yeah, come on.
No, I hope they win one game.
August 5th, UCLA beats Oregon. There you go.
No, I'm not saying that.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's episode.
What is happening?
No,
I would say 6.
I like it. I'm not mad about that.
Do they beat San Diego State at home?
No comment. I don't want to say yes.
Do they beat Cal? That game will be fun.
Okay, actually a
really good quarterback versus a really bad one. That'll be sick.
I'm the biggest. Oh, dude. Crap. I forgot. We didn't talk about because
I did.
Well. Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, how much? It's just I don't know what the jump is. Is it?
Oh no.
Is it 5? Is it a bowl game?
I would hope so.
Also, shout out playing Nevada in the middle of Big Ten schedule on Halloween.
It's so random.
Sure.
I love it though. Absolutely love it.
Any big takeaways from the Big Ten?
I don't know. Like really, I don't have a ton. Like I said, that top half of the middle group is really entertaining, and it's going to be interesting to kind of see which one falls at the 5th spot. I'm going to tread lightly there because I think I know a clear 4. Should be Michigan. I would hope. I don't know. I think you're
State, USC, or Washington.
Like the 5th.
Yeah, Penn State, USC, or Washington are probably the 3 bit.
Yeah, like it would be between Penn State and USC for me personally, but
yeah, just Washington with the.
It's really
it's just Penn State with the schedule.
Yeah, right.
Is the Big Ten the best conference in the country?
This is so rage bait. That is going to do it for us today, and we'll see.
Not gonna answer it?
We will see you in about a few days for the SEC preview.
I was going to say yes. They won 3 natties in a row, man.
Totally.
All right.
That unbelievably makes them
That's the definitive. That's the definitive.
That's it.
That it's the best conference.
That's it. If you only look at the national championship winners, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes.
Screw Kamario Taylor. We got Drake Lindsay.
Don't even start about Kamario Taylor. I like him a lot. Dude, there's so many quarterbacks in the SEC. Like, it's so bad.
I'm excited to talk about this. Should we announce that now? Or should we just post about it? For
I mean, we
technically...
can announce and post it.
That's truly good. So, if you are listening to this still, that is obviously the conclusion of the Big Ten. But as we go into the SEC, we're having a guest. And that guest is not Dylan. It is, if you guys are relative on Twitter, you will know. He is a good friend of both of ours. He is a part of the Ramble crew. If you guys know who that is, obviously with the G League and all that stuff, that was super fun last year to do. He is involved with that. You guys know him as... You guys knew it was fantastic watching me go 0 and like 17. Sorry, like 2 and 15. I don't know.
I was on the IR.
Practice squad?
Yeah. Practice squad player.
Doing way better than I am. I want to call tampering on this already because we already have some communication between Jake and the manager.
What? How are you gonna call me on that?
It's August 5th, man. Golly. No, but our good buddy TC is going to be joining the podcast for the SEC preview. I think he's going to jump on. I think we decided on part 1. So teams will obviously be announced, but expect that relatively soon. And other than that, I mean, that's really about it. We're really excited to have him on. Obviously, he's a big college football guru. Followed him for a long time. If you guys have not followed him for a long time, I highly suggest you doing so. Similar betting philosophy to us here, in terms of like college basketball, NFL, college football, even.
Tone on Twitter.
Yeah, we'll shout him out obviously when he hops on here. But just wanted to obviously lay the groundwork of what to expect for the SEC. So we're gonna have our boy join. That's about it. So yeah, super stoked, super excited to have him apart and have him on for an episode. Maybe more, who knows? We'll obviously look to have more people on. Of course, I'm thinking about getting some random guy off the street at the local speedway up here. See if he wants to hop on for a little bit, talk about some G6 futures if he wants. That'll conclude this episode every time. And other than that, appreciate you guys hanging out. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review. And yeah, we'll see you for SEC parts 1 and 2. And then after that, we got a futures episode. And after that, it is officially going to be week 0 by that time. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again. We'll see you soon. Peace.